Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be making this really adorable Hello Kitty Halloween nail set, so let's jump right into it. So I'm starting with some extra long nail tips. I needed to do extra long nails for these because I specifically wanted to have enough space to be able to fit in the characters and fit in any other details that I wanted to add. I'm still not too much of a pro where I could do nails like this on super short like almond or short square. But I am showing you guys the inspo photos. These are all the photos in case you want to reference back to them, in case you want to recreate these nails or recreate something similar. So these are all the photos that I used. I found them on Pinterest. And yeah, so basically I knew that I wanted to do a purple and orange and black theme for this, like a classic Halloween, the classic Halloween colors. So I'm starting off with drawing Hello Kitty. To me, she is the hardest character to draw. Honestly, I feel like it is just so difficult to get it perfect. If even the bow placement is a little bit weird, it doesn't look perfect. If the eyes are too close, it doesn't look perfect. So it's like a lot of things. And then like the nose is a little bit hard to do because you have to outline it. So I knew I wanted to start with the hardest character first for me to get it out of the way. So I'm starting off with Hello Kitty. So as you can see, I'm doing the reference photo where she has like a cat outfit on and she's like in a pumpkin. So I knew I wanted to do that, and I am doing the yellow bow or the orange bow, but I decided instead of doing red on the cat outfit, I decided to do pink. So you guys will see that in a second. Honestly, the hardest part about doing characters like this is getting the proportions right. You want to make sure you have enough room to fit the whole entire character on the nail, but then you also don't want to make the character too small because then it'll look weird if you have a really long nail, you know what I mean, and you have a really small character. So I like to make the characters a little bit bigger so that they really stand out on the nail. I honestly feel like that's the best way to do it. I was kind of struggling here because I realized later that I grabbed the wrong brush. Like, I don't know why I always do this. I love Nailzbydev's brushes for certain things, but for some reason, when it comes to characters, her brushes are good, but sometimes it just doesn't work when you want to do really thin lines. Like this 9mm liner brush, is one of my favorite brushes for so many things, but when it comes to doing very thin lines for characters, sometimes it does not work. The lines are a little bit too thick, in my opinion. So later I do have to switch to another brush. But anyway, so I'm here, I'm grabbing I did whites for her head. So I grabbed Melody Susie white gel polish, and then I did 2 coats of that in the circle. It's like a oval shape. And then when you're doing Hello Kitty, if you're going to do a costume, you want to do the costume first and then work on her face afterwards. So do the costume first so you know exactly how much space you're going to have in the face. And then her eyes need to be very separated. So they're almost touching the sides of her face, but they're not touching the sides, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's really kind of hard to explain. And the bow, I knew I wanted to keep it orange, and you could see there for the ears, I decided to grab a glittery pink color. And that is from Nailzbydev as well. And for the black, I am using the Lights Out gel polish from Nailzbydev as well. And I did mix it with just a tiny bit of liner gel, the Baddest black liner gel, because I wanted it to be a little bit more opaque. I don't know what was going on this day with all my Nailzbydev products. Like, I literally don't know what was going on, but when I was using the black, it was like bleeding a little bit, like spreading, and I don't know why that happens. Maybe I have to mix the product really good before I start using it. But once I had the body down, I went ahead and started on the pumpkin. The good thing about the pumpkin is that you don't have to draw the whole body, so the pumpkin kind of covers that. So it makes it a little bit easier at least, but the body is not that much harder. Honestly, the hardest part of Hello Kitty is the face because you have to get the eyes right. So I will say the 9mm liner brush is perfect for the eyes, and if you struggle with eyes and doing a brush, you could definitely use a dotting tool. Here I am using a dotting tool for the hands. You can use a dotting tool. It makes it super easy to do eyes, nose, and everything like that. For her nose has to be like a mustard yellow color, not a super bright neon yellow and not a super dark yellow. It's like a mustardy color yellow, and that's how you make it look like almost perfect. And you want the nose to not be so far down, like almost to where her chin would be. It needs to be very close to her eyes as well, as you can see here, and that's how you make Hello Kitty looks like almost perfect. Honestly, I'm not a pro. This is only like my 2nd or 3rd time drawing Hello Kitty in my life. So, yeah, I was getting kind of nervous. I was nervous before I started because I have not drawn a character in a while, and I had to draw 4 characters for this nail set. So yeah, that is like made me very nervous. And the pumpkin, you can honestly do whatever you want. Just a simple jack-o'-lantern will do. And if you don't want it to be so Halloweeny, you can not do the jack-o'-lantern face. But this was a specifically a Halloween Sanrio Friends freestyle. So I did a freestyle sale on my Instagram for my nail sets. I did a $90 character freestyle, so this set was $90. And honestly, the set is worth so much more than that in my opinion. It took me 6 hours total to make this set. So you guys will see that I'm probably making it look so easy, so fast, like, oh, she's doing it like nothing. But no, you guys, I was going so slow. I have this video sped up ×4. So that just goes to show you how slow I was actually going, because I was so nervous to do the characters. So once I had the character down, I decided to do the background afterwards. So you could do the background first, but think about this. It's going to make your nail more bulky. So you want to do the character first, then fill in the background after you're done with the character. And now, another thing I wanted to say, keep a little tiny cure lamp on hand that you can flash cure with. So you can flash cure your lines as you go. For example, if I was to do one eye and I think it's like in the perfect spot, I'm gonna flash cure it, because what if I mess up the other eye and it's really hard for me to be able to clean it up without messing up all my other lines? You know what I mean? You don't want acetone or alcohol to bleed to your other lines, because then it's gonna ruin your whole entire picture. So make sure you're curing after every line as long as you feel like it's perfect. And yeah, so I decided to go in with that really pretty purple color that's from Nail Reserve, and I'm just going ahead and doing this as the background. I knew I wanted to use a nice pastel-y purple. I didn't want to go in with a very dark purple. I wanted this to still be very girly, kind of like Hello Kitty vibes, you know, like the light purple color. So I decided to do that. And then you can see here, I had the nose almost perfect, and I decided to keep going over it and going over it and going over it. And I overdid it, so I had to wipe it away. It was way too thick, and it made the character look off. I had to go in and wipe it off, and oh my gosh, I was struggling here because I forgot to flash cure my lines. So this is what I mean, like, you want to make sure to cure so it's not smearing all over the place. And yeah, so I was basically trying to clean it up as clean as I could, and like as careful, I guess, as I could. So there I was doing that. And then once I was like getting myself together, I was like, okay, I need to just move on, and I'll do that later. Like, if I notice that I'm really struggling with a part, I will come back to it afterwards. I will not force myself to continue working on that. So I do her nose later. Like, I noticed that I just wanted to move on. So I just started on the creepy little tree. So I decided to do this in the background, and I think it turned out so cute. Honestly, I love this, that I decided to do this. You're just going to want to grab a color. I decided to do dark gray, so it looks like it's kind of in the background. So I decided to do dark gray, and I'm just going ahead and doing a bunch of creepy branches. You want to do a bunch of branches and basically like a zigzag pattern, and add a whole bunch of branches onto it. Little branches, big ones, medium size, like add a whole variety of sizes because it makes it look more natural. And then yeah, that's basically what I decided to do. But it is a cartoon, so you can do literally whatever you want. Make it look as exaggerated as you want or whatever. It's completely up to you. And when you're doing a creepy tree, the best way to make it look perfect, or not perfect, but like, you know what I mean, like good, is to keep a very light hand and keep your lines thin. That is the best way to make a tree look good. And then here I am grabbing some light yellow, and I'm going to be doing a little moon in the background on this nail. So here I am doing the moon, and honestly, moons are so freaking hard to do. I don't know why it's so hard for me, but it really is. So like I said, this is a little cartoon nail, so I didn't think about it too much. I just was having fun with the set. So yeah, here I was doing that. And then I also decided to go in with some white gel polish and add these little tiny stars. They're almost not noticeable, but they're just perfect to add a little bit extra detail onto the set. And I did do this on every single character nail, I think. So yeah, adding the little stars just really made it come together. And then I decided to add little tiny dots, almost like other stars further away in the distance. So here I am doing that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for this nail. Like I said, I do come back to the nose later because the nose has that really thin little outline around it, and you have to be cautious of like the weight of your lines, like how heavy-handed you're doing it, because if I would have done the nose super thick, it would have thrown the whole character off, and I really need the nose to be super nice and thin. So I realized later that I should be using my own liner brush, because my liner brush is perfect and super thin for really tiny little things like this. So that's what I end up going in with later. So you can see here, I went ahead in with my brush. My hands are very shaky also, so that doesn't help that I can't do these small lines, but this brush does help a lot. It's just like the perfect thickness, honestly. And I know you guys are wanting me to release this brush so bad. It is coming soon, so do not worry. And I do have it in 2 sizes. So I think the size I'm using right now is the shorter version. This is my 8mm brush, so it is perfect for drawing little details like this. And it is so nice and thin, and it works so great. And then once my nail is all cured, like fully cured, I do wipe it away with some alcohol, because the gel polishes that I use, like specifically the liner gels, they will bleed a little bit. So I do make sure to wipe that away beforehand, because I do not want there to be any black streaks like from the extra paint or the sticky layer on Hello Kitty's face or anything like that, because it'll ruin the whole set. And then sometimes you don't even notice until your whole set is already done curing and you already did top coat and everything. And I am using my Beetles gel top coat to top coat this nail. Normally I wouldn't recommend top coating until you're done with the entire set, because there's a possibility you can get gel from the other nails onto this nail, only if you use the same type of nail stands that I use, because the nails are right next to each other. But honestly, I've been thinking of switching to the little individual nail stands where you can take the nail off the magnet, or the little stand off the magnet, and work on each nail individually. I've been thinking about that. I feel like it might really help me out, so I might be switching over soon. But I just don't like that the magnets are not strong and they're very like loose. But anyway, now for the other nails, I'm going to be doing a French tip on 2 nails. So I'm going to be doing, or three nails. I'm going to be doing it on the pointer, the thumb, and the pinky. And I'm going in with this nude color. This color is from the brand, let me see, what's this brand? Fannest on Amazon. It's a really good nude. It's called Rose Nude H05. So it's a really good color. I'm not sure if I have it on my Amazon storefront, but if not, that's why I wanted to mention the name. So I'm going in with this color, and I am going to be going over, of course, you guys know I like to layer, so I do go in with this one, then I'm curing, then I'm gonna go over it with another nude color. The other color I'm going in with is light pink, or no, milky pink. It's milky pink from rarsjsm. I'm going over it with that. This is just going to add a little bit of a more milky or pink color on top, so that it isn't so orangey yellow. So it depends like what kind of nude color you like personally, but I love this color on its own, but I just wanted it to be more pink so that it matched the purple of the set, because I feel like it just doesn't go together. But if I was doing a different type of set, then this base color I feel like would be okay. But I like to match the base of the nails to the set that I'm actually making, so that's why I wanted to make it more pinky. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. And you have to work in thin layers with this one, because it could be a little bit streaky, so I'm just working in thin layers. And as you can see, it just made it look a little bit more milky, a little bit more pink. And yeah, it doesn't really do too much, but to me it does. Like, I feel like I can tell the difference. And then now I'm going to be getting started on the Pochaco nail. So for this nail, I did decide to go in with my brush. So this is my 8mm brush. It is the Nailzbydev brush, that's what it's called. So I had decided to go in with this one. I felt like it would be perfect for this because of the small little parts right here. But honestly, Pochaco is one of the easiest, I would say, Sanrio characters to draw. Like, from all the characters, I feel like he's the easiest one. Oh, I think it's a he, I'm not sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is just the easiest character. So we're doing this little skeleton one, so I'm starting off with all the white, and then I'm going to be doing all the whole black after. But honestly, I only did this because I was scared that the white wouldn't stand out on top of the black, but this white is so good that I feel like it would have stood out. So next time, what I would do, if you're going to do the Pochaco nail, just do the whole entire black character, like the whole figure, the silhouette, fill it in with black, and then just go in with the white details. You will save yourself so much time. But here I am showing you guys the difference between my brush and the Nailzbydev 9mm. The Nailzbydev 9mm is my favorite for so many things, but when you're doing other types of like characters and stuff, my brush is the one on the left, and it's just a little bit thinner, and it just like literally helps you so much with your line work. Like, outlining Pochaco was so easy because of this brush. So here I am just going ahead and outlining, and like I said, I'm doing the black part afterwards, whereas looking back now, I should have just done the whole black outline first. So I should have done it first and then just did the white afterwards, because I kind of just took so much time to fill this in. So let's speed this part up. So once that was all filled in and I cured it, I decided to use up this space right here on top by adding a really cute little ghosty. This is like a little cartoon ghost, almost reminds me of something like the Peanuts would have, but I did see a photo of this on Pinterest. I just can't remember where I saw it, but it's just like a little cartoon ghost. So I thought it was cute and I thought it fit the set well. So I decided to add this, and it's super easy and simple to do. So you're just going to have like a side shape and then make sure it has 3 little like ruffles at the bottom, add a little arm, and then add a little face, and it's so cute. You can incorporate this to any of your cartoon Halloween sets. So here I am now going in on the French. So I decided to do the French for the thumb, pointer, and pinky, but I am doing a really cute design. So I did get this design from another creator that I showed in the beginning of the video, as you could see on that inspo photo. So I'm going to be doing a bow spiderweb nail. So I'm going to start off with the bow. Honestly, the bow does not have to be too perfect. Like, honestly, try your best. I know bows are kind of hard to do because it's a little bit difficult to get the 2 sides very symmetrical. At least for me, that's what I struggle with. So I just tried my best and I cleaned up the one that I made a little bit too thick. So here I am basically going in, and once I have the bow down, I need to cure it. So that's like one thing. If you're going to do this design, do the bow, then cure right away, because that's going to really just help you out later. Trust me. So if you did see my 5 easy or 4 easy Halloween nail designs tutorial video that I posted recently, that one I showed you guys how you need 2 brushes basically to create a really perfect spider web if you struggle with like using like with your lines, I guess. Because for me, it's really easy for me to use a long brush like this. You can see I'm using the long brush to grab or to make the really long lines, like the main lines of the spider web. So I'm going here and I'm making sure both lines are both sides are symmetrical. Sorry, you guys, I'm so sleepy today. So I did that, and then I switched over to my 8mm brush. So the first one was a 12mm, and I'm going in with an 8mm brush, so it's the shorter one. And this is going to really help me have a lot of control over my spider web lines. Like, I don't know what these little lines are called, but basically the details of the spider web. I notice when I'm using a long brush and I try to do these lines, I really struggle, and I always have to go back and clean them up all the time. And I didn't notice until literally this year recently, like, why am I struggling so bad? Like, I think I need to use a shorter brush. And I've kind of been knowing this. Like, I knew this last year, but like I kind of just try to ignore it. And this year I finally realized, like, no, I need to go in with the shorter brush afterwards, because it really just makes all the difference. And like I mentioned, cure after everything. So after I did the bow, I cured. Then after I did the long lines, I cured. Then after that, now I did the shorter lines and then cured. So that's really going to help you guys out to create a really perfect spider web for this holiday season for Halloween. So if you are struggling with the perfect spider web, try that out. And of course, your brush has to be thin. Like, if you don't have a really thin brush right now, customize one. Just get a long one and cut it up if you have to. But now I'm going to be doing a bat nail. So I'm going to be doing 3 bats on this nail. This is kind of like just a little not an accent nail, but like almost like a filler nail, because the accent nails are the characters, right? So I'm going ahead and doing this nail. So this is going to be a bat nail with some stars, I believe. I don't really remember exactly what I did right now off the top of my head, but I am going ahead and doing a bat. Honestly, another thing that is really hard for me to draw is bats. Like, I don't know why, but make sure you're using a shorter brush. I think this will help you, because for some reason the bat, just like the way the wings are, like, I can never seem to remember exactly how many, like, I don't know, divots I guess there is in the bottom of the wing. I don't know how to explain it, but it is a little bit difficult. So I am just trying my best, and I made them kind of different, but honestly it ties into the handmade aspect of this nail set, and I really do still love how it came out. I honestly put like my everything into this nail set. Like, I was actually really trying my hardest to make it perfect, even though it's not perfect, but like I was trying my hardest. So I know nail sets like this can be very intimidating. If you guys are struggling with character art and you guys want to start character art, like if you feel like it would be fun for you, start with the simple character. Like, start with the Pachaco nail, and then maybe on the other hand do a Hello Kitty. Like, you don't have to do all this detail that I put into this set. I just literally I do these sales. Like, I know some of you guys might be thinking like this isn't worth like a $90 sale price. Like, maybe you think it's worth more, maybe you think it's worth less. I don't know, but I do these so I can get content for you guys because I like showing you guys how to do these type of characters, how to do different types of art, because I know everybody knows how to do marble. Almost everybody knows how to do French. Almost everybody knows how to do like blooming gel designs, like, you know what I mean, like those designs that are trending right now. So I want to show you guys how to do different stuff so that you guys can like expand your skill set and just expand your skills if you decide to, like if you want to learn. I like showing you guys because sometimes it's hard, especially with all the short form content these days, like TikTok and stuff. People would do little character nails or little things, and it's like hard for you to know exactly what they're doing and all the tips and tricks that you really need to actually complete a character like that. Because you could see someone making a character really quick, but then you'll think like, okay, let me just use whatever brush and let me use whatever product, and no, like you have to have specific things. So that's why I like explaining this to you guys, and that's why I do these character freestyle sales on my Instagram, because anybody that is interested in a character set, it gives me opportunity to make it for my YouTube channel, and also just because I genuinely have fun painting these characters. So yeah, I did the bats, and then now I'm going in with some little stars. So now for the pinky, I knew that I wanted to do another spiderweb type of design because I wanted it to tie in together with the thumb. Like I like when the pinky and thumb match somehow in a way. So I like that for my sets. So I decided to go ahead and do another spiderweb. But this time I did a little corner spiderweb, and I didn't add the bow just because I felt like adding another bow would have been way too much. Like it would have took away from the whole set for some reason. So I just decided to do a simple web and a tiny little spider dangling from the like free edge of the nail, or from the cuticle area of the nail. So here I am doing the web again and using my smaller brush for the little half circle lines, I guess you could say, moon shaped lines. And then I am, once I like it, I will cure it and then I'll continue. Like honestly, sometimes I get scared that I'll smear it, so I'll even cure like halfway through, even if that's not what you can normally do. But once that's all cured, now I'm going in with the Fast Bond glue. I recently discovered this glue, so I'm trying it out, and I got it from Sally's. So I'm just putting some of this. Supposedly it's supposed to be really strong and good, and so far I've been loving it, honestly. So if you guys have been wanting to try something like this, I like it. It does cure like the Zulay glues, like it cures like, I don't know, in the air, I guess. So you do need the little Mia Secret spray if you want it to dry automatically. And then I am just putting on my rhinestones. It is like a really thick glue. Like it's perfect for really long lasting press-ons. It's supposed to be for press-on nails. It's a nail glue, but using it like this, it's such a thick gel like consistency that it works great. So I really like it. Honestly, I find that this one is nice and thick, and the Zulay one is actually way more watery, so I love this one so far. So this is what it's looking like. I love the nail set. I did already go in and top coat, I think. Yeah, I went in and top coated, and I do go in and add crystals to the thumb. I don't know why, I just had forgot there. But now we are going and getting started on the next hand. So this one, I'm going to kind of speed up, not speed up, but like cut some parts out because I don't want you guys to be watching repetitive things. So as you can see, I already did the pinky, pointer, and thumb. Same exact designs as the other hand, identical. So I just did the same thing. And here I am just going in and drawing Kuromi as a mummy. So I just decided to start out with the head, then I'm doing the body. So the whole body is like white underneath, and then it has like the black hat I think she wears, or yeah, the hat, and then the mummy like bandages. So you guys will see how I do that. And then another thing, the pumpkin is exactly the same as the Hello Kitty pumpkin. I wanted to tie it in together so it didn't look too different. So this one also has the pumpkin, and it also has the tree that I do in the background. But I think I just didn't show those parts because I didn't want you guys to watch the same thing again, like I mentioned. And I also forgot to mention that I did do the bow on the thumb orange. So I decided to do it orange again so it could tie in together with the pumpkin on the middle finger. I didn't want there to be so many different colors in the set. I wanted it to look cohesive. So that's why I decided to do orange for the bow. And I felt like it honestly did go very well. Because it also ties in with the orange bow that Hello Kitty is wearing on the other hand, on the other middle finger. So now I'm doing Kuromi's eyes and the little jester neck thing, like from the hat. I don't know what it's called, but here I am doing the eyes. So the eyes are like a dark gray in the inspo photo that I showed you guys in the beginning. So I decided to do that and just do the dark gray, but later I end up really not liking it. I end up actually hating the way it looks, and I just end up doing the eyes black. I felt like it looked better. So kind of disregard that, but her eyes are always like that angry type of face. You guys know I had to incorporate Kuromi into the set. It was kind of hard narrowing it down to 4 Sanrio characters because I didn't know which 4 I wanted to do, but I knew that I had to do 4 at least. So I was almost gonna do Pom Pom and my Melody, but I decided this Kuromi nail was almost going to be my Melody, but as soon as I made the background color purple on the other hand, I knew that I was going to incorporate Kuromi because of the purple. So I was like, this definitely has to be a thing. So I decided to go in with this. But honestly, I did feel kind of bad that I left my Melody out because I do Cinna on the ring finger of this hand. So maybe next time on another set, I could do my Melody and Hello Kitty together. So yeah, anyway. I'm just rambling, but here I am just doing the hat now. And like I said, you guys, I was going pretty slow while I was making the set because I was trying to perfect it. I love the way I did the hat though. I feel like I did it so good. Like honestly, I was surprised myself with this part. But I'm sorry if I got a little bit out of frame. Like I said, I was kind of nervous to paint this. To paint again, and painting Kuromi was kind of scaring me a little bit. So yeah, I was kind of out of frame because I was so close to my camera. Or not to my camera, but to my phone. But once I decided that I liked the way her hat looked and I decided to cure it, honestly, I was sad that I had to cover it up because I felt like it looked so good. But now we're doing the bandages. It's going to be random bandages all over the place. I just followed the inspo photo and I did do it like an off-white type of color, like yellowish. Not really yellow, but like just, and I wanted the bandages to look used, you know, like actually mummy color. So I decided to do that. And then once I was done and I cured it, then I decided to go in and outline everything and add a tree again. So I just didn't include that part onto this because I didn't want you guys to get bored. So now I'm going in with the Cinna nail. So I'm doing Cinna sideways, kind of like jumping in the air, I think, the kind of motion. So I'm doing the really big ears. Of course, you got to make sure you get the ears all in the frame, like as much as you can, or like, you know, all in the nail, I guess you could say. So I'm going ahead and doing that. I'm sorry, you guys, my hand kept getting in the way. I'm trying to figure out a better way to like film and so that I don't get in the way of like the set. I feel like I hold my brush very low, and I think that's what makes my hand get in the way a lot. So I'm so sorry if that bothers you guys. I hope it doesn't, because I know it doesn't happen that often. But yeah, anyway, I'm just doing Cinna. So I'm going ahead and doing the body and then the arms and the little legs. This is the only character, I think, other than, yeah, this character and Pachaco are the only ones where I showed the actual full body, or painted the full body. So the hands have to be kind of going up in the air. Cinna's very happy, and then I'm doing the little feet, and I'm gonna do the little like jumping motion later. It really adds the detail to the set. You guys will see what I mean. But yeah, I'm filling that all in, and once I like the way it looks, I'm going to go ahead and cure right away. Then I went ahead and did Cinna's little cheeks and eyes, and then the mouth also. So light pink for the cheeks and mouth, and then a bright kind of pale blue at the same time for the eyes. So you want to grab a bright blue and mix a little bit of white into it, and it'll make the perfect color that you need. And then I'm going to be doing a little witch hat. I did get a little bit of inspo for this. I saw a few different inspos for Cinna on Pinterest that had a witch hat, so I decided to do that. And the only reason I decided to do it pink was because I wanted it to tie in with the pink from Hello Kitty's suit that she was wearing. So yeah, I'm just deciding to go in with this glitter again just to make the witch hat glittery. I was almost going to do it a glittery purple, but I didn't have a good glittery purple gel, or else I totally would have probably done it purple just to, you know, make it a little different. But I did like how the pink tied in with the other hand. So once the pink glitter is ready, I go ahead and cure it, and then I added this little purple band to the center of the hat. And then now I'm going to be doing some pumpkins down here. The pumpkins are going to be not jack-o'-lanterns, but just like regular pumpkins, just sitting on the floor, I guess. So I decided to do 2 of them, and I'm just grabbing it and filling them in. And I showed you guys how to do pumpkins on my fall nails tutorial, I think. Not fall, Halloween. So I just went ahead and did a few quick pumpkins here, and I am going to come out with another easy fall nail designs, more like pumpkin based and maybe like leaves and things like that, and show you guys how to do some fun designs like that. So once the pumpkins are nice and cured, then I'm going to go in and outline them. And yeah, so once they're all outlined, I'm going ahead and outlining Cinna. So I decided to just go in with my short brush again and the black liner gel. And I'm sorry, this is what I mean by I'm getting in the frame. So I just keep like getting in the way of you guys. I'm so sorry about that. So now I am adding a few little stars here to the background, and I also added a little part of a tree, but I again didn't film that part for you guys, so I just went ahead and did that. And then now once that I had it the way I wanted, I added the rhinestones just to the thumb, pointer, and pinky. And then once that was all finished, I went ahead and top coated. So I did make sure my glue was completely dry before I top coated these nails. And then this is the finished result. You guys, I filed them at the very end and then put them in the box, and they are absolutely perfect. Like everything I could have wanted and envisioned for this nail set. I absolutely love it, honestly. I'm obsessed. I hope you guys are obsessed as well. And I'm gonna be coming out with more Hello Kitty videos, so stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you then. Bye!